So there's only something came into my head during the week when I was coming down here talking to Johnny, as we always do about stuff. And I was thinking of the decision that happened in the courts not long ago about the young man, a child actually, a 15-year-old, now 17, in Jobstown. And the whole issue of the water protest that went on in Jobstown at the time. And the place I've been up in the last 5 or 6 weeks. I've spent a fair bit of time up around Jobstown and Tallaght, because that's where I hang around with when I'm working with the unemployed people in that area. So I said I might put something into a few words. That's just the context behind it. I'm not a poet by any means. I'm just somebody who puts down stuff that comes into my head. But it's what I feel in my heart anyway. It might resonate with some people, and it might make any difference to other people, but that's beside the point. It's all about whatever we all have to contribute, and we all have something to contribute. And we were just in 2016, or the 100 years anniversary of the 1916 Rising. And those men and women did whatever they had to do. And I'm saying that we today, we the people of Waterford, the people of Ireland, we're doing whatever we have to do at our time. Those men and women did what they did, we're doing what we're doing. You can only reflect on what happened in the past and act in your own time. And it's up to yourself. So this is the kind of stuff I came up with anyway. This few words is called the Battle of Jobstown. The rich people call it Jobstown, by the way. But the lads I work with call it Jobstown, so I'm going with that. The day was sunny, the moon was light. No one expected the upcoming fight. Graduation certificates for all. Pupils and parents were gathered in the hall. Then Joan arrived with her gang in tow, smiling and waving, putting on a show, ignoring the message, the defeat that was dealt, not understanding how we all felt. Irish water out was the clarion call to tackle this relic of a dysfunctional Dáil. The Jobstown people, they really stood tall when taking on Joan outside the school hall. The way was blocked, no crime in that. Joan was delayed, but just for a tat. Then the boys in blue, protecting their own, gathered round the car to save Queen Joan. From our just demands, water is free, a human right for you and for me. Not to be sold, not winners takes all, by the boss's hirelings skulking in the Dáil. Jobstown, Jobstown, heroes one and all. The Jobstown people who stood very tall. They won't be bullied and won't be sold out. People power is what it's all about. So that's a little different towards the people of Jobstown. And in my view, as I say, the people who stood up for their rights, whether you're with them or against them, they did what they had to do, and that's what they felt was right on the time. I think they were right. I have to say I was shocked. I was shocked by the decision of the judge to find that young man guilty of false imprisonment. But I believe the appeal will come shortly, and that'll be overturned by more sane people, I think. But we wait and see. The next one I'm going to do is, and I'm finished on this by the way, because I never do more than two. It's called The Railway Man. And the reason I wrote this is someone I knew a long time ago, very, very close to me. Drank along here in the Quays in the early hours, the early pubs, and particularly in an old pub called Kitty Hennessy's. If anyone remembers the old Sally Park area. Exactly, that's it. Kitty Hennessy's was a great old haunt. It was a great old haunt for the working men and the working women, but mostly men, and particularly those on the railways. And it's kind of a reflection of stories that he told me about that time and working on the railways. So it's actually called The Railway Man. Tracks running into the distance, around an endless bend. The railway man often wonders what's at the other end. Wagons are fully loaded with coal and turf and wheat, travelling to distant places where all the great cargoes meet. His goods yard was a hive of activity, but sadly now in times past, not much happening nowadays. The goods yards didn't last. He spent a lifetime in that yard, loading and waving flags. The corn, the wheat, the barley, all sorted in jute-made bags. Working in the rain was hard, no wet time paid back then, but wages just had to be got, so he turned in again and again. Drying off in Kitty Hennessy's, enjoying a pint of the black, dampness seeping into his bones, but he wouldn't miss the crack. Coughs and chest infections, they just got worse and worse. Puffing on inhalers, it really was like a curse. A slow creeping sickness, grinding him into the ground. But there's no relief and no way out, and no cure to be found. He remembers the railway fondly, the barley, grain and the scent. Cargoes travelling on their way, still wondering where they went. And the pints and Kitty Hennessy's, and the lads who drank there too, who worked to get their wages, to feed the family crew. Now in the twilight hours of life, still struggling to catch a breath, it's all over now, the race is run, as he faces into death. But the railway man, he did his best, a new life now begun, and the railway, same as always, still runs on and on and on. Thank you.